Hello and welcome to Oakwell for the high noon shootout of this fourth round FA Cup tie between Barnsley and West Ham United. The teams take the field and Barnsley have to make one change from the side that went through on penalties against Leicester on Wednesday, and that is the hero of the night. Mark Robinson is suspended, and so Mel Machin fields the following side. Lee Butler in goal, and making his home debut after 2.5 years at the club. At number 2, Phil Griddle. 3, Gary Fleming. 4, Charlie Bishop. 5, Jerry Taggart. 6, Brendan O'Connell. 7, Wayne Biggins. 8, Andy Rammell. 9, David Curry. 10, Neil Redfern. 11, that last-minute goal scorer Owen Archdeacon, and the 2 Barnsley substitutes Gareth Williams and John Pearson. West Ham on the other hand have suspension and injury worries too. Julian Dix, their strong tackling left back, is suspended, and in Clive Allen, their free scoring forward, he's injured, and so Billy Bonds brings out the following side. Ludek Miklosko in goal, Tim Breaker at 2, Ken Brown at 3, Steve Potts at 4, Colin Foster at 5, Martin Allen 6, Mark Robson 7, Peter Butler 8, Trevor Morley 9, Matt Holmes 11, Kevin Keane 11, and the 2 substitutes Alex Bunbury and Tony Gale. Strong winds blowing straight down the field here at Oakwell. Large West Ham contingent made the trip up this Sunday morning. There'll be a lot of Yorkshire puddings on hold, as the South Yorkshire is the hive of the cup competition this weekend. Already Rotherham's drawn with Newcastle, and Sheffield United have progressed at the expense of Hartlepool. Barnsley are the 3rd side to play, and then this afternoon Sheffield Wednesday take on Sunderland. So South Yorkshire's the place to be, and at this moment in time it's Oakwell. Mr. Trussell checks with his linesman. West Ham are playing with the elements, and it's a strong wind, and occasionally a dark cloud comes along, and the winds blow the rain across and sleet across the pitch, but at the moment we're okay. It's just windy. Play's underway, and it's Allen coming forward. Challenge goes in, and the ball breaks to Archdeacon. He chips it forward, and Rammell gets away down the left. Potts, though, skippering the side, but not a good ball. And the ball goes out of play. Throw into Barnsley. Lively start by the Reds. Big crowd here. And it's Curry jinking his way through. But Breaker does enough. Goal kick. Miklosko takes the kick. Bishop's in strongly, fires it downfield, and Biggins is across. Redfern tackled by Butler. Throw into Barnsley. A bit of sleet coming down now to the players' faces. A good challenge by Allen. He fires it away, but it's Fleming coming forward. Good run by Gary Fleming. Then he loses out, and Holmes plays it to Brown, but a poor ball by Brown, and Gridlett picks it up. Wide for O'Connell. Cross comes in. Cleared away. Ball breaks, and Fleming again, and Barnsley trying hard to put the pressure on here this early in this game, but Fleming's ball just over it a little too much, and O'Connell couldn't get in on it. Brendan O'Connell, 6 goals this season, getting back to the ways that won him Player of the Year a couple of years ago. And kick taken, and a foul by Morley on Taggart. And Bishop lining up the kick. And this time it's Biggins using his arm to fend off the defender. And it's a free kick to West Ham, today in their changed strip of sky blue and white striped shirts and claret shorts. Foster on the ball to Breaker. But Rammell's in sharply, and Bishop leaves a leg in there on Robson. Robson injured. Mr. Trussell getting the trainer attention. Mark Robson recovers. And Tim Breaker to take the free kick, plants it forward, and Rammell gets a good firm header, but it's headed back, and Foster turns, and Morley certainly put a punch into the face of Gary Fleming there. Free kick given, but what's Trevor Morley doing? And the referees let him get away with it, apart from a free kick, and whether he blew the free kick against Trevor Morley is unsure, but he certainly hit Gary Fleming in the face. Anyway, the kick's taken, and Archdeacon trying to get in down the left. Foster content to give away the throw-in, and although West Ham have got the elements, and it is a very, very strong wind, it's Barnsley who seem to be holding their the balance of possession so far. But Robson comes away with the ball. Good strong run. Finds Allen. He chips it forward. Fleming gets it down. But O'Connell loses out. Robson to Holmes. In comes Breaker. Fierce shot. Well saved. Tim Breaker, renowned for his hard shooting, and there, that was a fierce cross shot, and Lee Butler did well to hold on with West Ham men in the box waiting for anything that might be there. Now Rammell again forging down the left, and the linesman's flag goes up for a free kick. Andy Rammell doesn't really agree with that decision, but it's a free kick to West Ham. A lot of people made their way up from London this morning. Must have been an early start. And the ball's still bobbling around, and it's Taggart and Morley again, and Taggart does well. Finds Biggins down the line for Rammell. Potts is across. Potts acts as the sweeper, but has to give away the throw-in. Barnsley making a lot of progress down that left-hand side. Quickly taken throw-in. Archdeacon looking to get across him, does so. Ball swirling around in the wind, and it's Brown who comes away, but poor ball, and Taggart smashes it back. West Ham win it, and it's Allen, but fouled by Redfern, and Mr. Trussell wants to have a word with Neil Redfern. A long conversation there. Colin Foster's gone through the middle again up front. And it's Brown planting it forward. Foster gets the knock on. And Holmes wide to Keane. Keane for Holmes, and he's got a lot of space to get a cross in. Cross comes in low, Morley. Wide. Trevor Morley wanting a corner. Shot flashes wide, but the referee and linesman aren't interested. First bit of danger for the Barnsley defence. Butler takes the kick, holds up visibly in the wind, whilst they're struggling to get it out of their own half, and it's Butler to Potts, to Brown, clips it forward, and Morley in space. Taggart misread that. It does well to get back. There was half a chance, and it's a throw into West Ham, who seem to be picking the momentum up, and a flick on there, and the ball breaks off Allen through to Lee Butler. Archdeacon wins it, and Rammell battling his way through, but West Ham again bring it away, and it's Allen trying to find Robson, but Taggart's across, and Potts gets it to Brown. McCloskey clears, and Keane, and Gridlett very late there on Brown. West take the kick. Strong challenge by Fleming. Gives it to Gridlett, who wins rather fortunately the throw in. Gridlett a little slow. He'll be having to get used to the pace of the game at this level. It's just about 2 years since he last played for Barnsley first team, and that was at Oldham. He came on as a sub, and then his knee ligament damage started to occur, and he's been out for 2 years since. Ball bouncing about, and Kevin Keane will get it. Morley, but ball breaks to Taggart, and he fires a long ball really to no one, just relieving the bit of pressure. And McCloskey. Long kick by McCloskey right through to Lee Butler, and really that went the full length of the pitch with one bounce, and he didn't put much behind it. And there we see Butler's kick only getting midway inside the Barnsley half, and it's Keane again. Keane, who won the man of the match here on the opening day of the season in West Ham's 1-0 win over Barnsley. Curry trying to get away, Gridlett battling, but again the wind just swings it away. There'll be a throw-in to West Ham, Breaker to take, and Barnsley's early prominence has dropped a little as West Ham begin to condense play into the Barnsley half. And Foster comes forward and gets a lucky return, but control lets him down, and that'll be a goal kick. 11 minutes on the clock, and still no goals here. Promising start, the wind howling round Oakwell. And Butler's kick, again holding up on the wind, struggling to go 30 yards, but it's Archdeacon who plants it into that hole behind Tim Breaker. Barnsley seem to have settled for getting it in behind the full-back, and they win the throw-in. Bishop, low ball in, good ball in, won by Holmes at the expense of another throw-in. And it's Bishop again, dinks it forward, but Holmes again wins it. And now it's Archdeacon with a chance to get the ball over. The wind taking it across, but it comes to O'Connell. And he gets it to Gridlett. Cross comes in, but straight into McCloskey. This time the wind didn't hold up. Strong kick again by McCloskey, but Redfern gets it back to Lee Butler. And Butler's kick met by Andy Rammell, There's men down injured. It's Wayne Biggins who's gone down. There are two Barnsley men and a West Ham man all collided together. And Wayne Biggins is the one who's come off the worst. Rain beginning to sleet across Oakwell again. Biggins seems to have recovered. It'll be a bounce up on the halfway line. And Redfern fouling Butler. Peter Butler, signed from Cambridge last season. Hard midfield man, ball-winning midfield man. Kind of player that West Ham didn't seem to have 10 years ago. Billy Bonds has put this into their play, and it's Barnsley who defended the free kick well, and Biggins winning the throw-in. Bishop's throw, though, is met by Foster. Archdeacon gets it down. Butler plants it forward, but he'll only find his namesake. And the game just going through a quiet period now. But again, the kick isn't a good one. And the ball, though, breaks to Gary Fleming. Fleming, very impressive in the last few weeks, wins the throw-in and complains to the other players that nobody was making any runs off him. Gridlett takes it. And it's Barnsley. Curry. Biggins gets the foot in. O'Connell gets it forward, but it's a bit haphazard. And this time the planted forward isn't a good one, but Bishop will pick it up. Clips the ball forward, looking for Rammell, but it'll run through to McCloskey. And West Ham seem to content, even though they've got the elements, just to play Trevor Morley up front and try and get the midfield five to support him very quickly. This time it's a poor one, and it goes to Biggins. Now what can Wayne Biggins do? He finds David Curry. First time really Curry's had chance to run. Gets the shot, it deflects. Comes to Archdeacon, mishits it. When Barnsley were looking for him to hit the target again, he mishit the shot. And McCloskey doesn't really have a save to make, and the ball play quickly switches to the other end. And I thought Fleming was fouled initially by Keane. The referee allowed that to go, and then Gary Fleming unceremoniously bundles Kevin Keane over, and so it's a free kick to West Ham in a very dangerous position. Barnsley pull everybody back. Tim Breaker, we know, can hit it. Martin Allen has got a good shot on him. Colin Foster's also scored from this range previously, but Colin Foster has gone into the box. So taking eternity to line this up. And it looks like Robson, but he cannons it into the wall, and then Archdeacon's tripped, and so it's a free kick to Barnsley as the weather again deteriorates. More sleet coming across the pitch. But Barnsley will be content, I think, this first half against the elements, to keep it tight, not to give anything away, and see what they can do when the elements are with them. And it's Biggins twisting and turning and finding Archdeacon. Tries to get the cross in, but it's cleared away. And Morley to Allen, who skips past one man. and brings in Brown. Brown plays it wide for Keane, but Gridlett does well, shadowing the man. And it's a throw-in to West Ham. Brown in to Robson, but Fleming does well again and finds Gridlett, and he wins the throw-in, but that's cool play by the Northern Ireland international at the back. Gridlett's throw, but it breaks to Morley, to Keane. Brown, Morley, Keane, but Taggart's big and strong, and Barnsley get it away, but Retford's control is poor, and West Ham keeping the pressure up. But now it's Rammell who brings it out and finds Curry. Rammell's gone on. The ball isn't a good one, and although Butler tried to keep it in, ball goes out, but it will be a throw-in to West Ham. And Brown takes a long one, and Taggart pushing into the back of Trevor Morley, and West Ham win the free kick. Ken Brown, son of the former player of the same name, Ken Brown, and Barnsley get it away. And again Barnsley just clearing the lines, but Allen gets it down. It's clipped in by Butler, but it's not a good ball. And again he finds his namesake without troubling him. And Butler's kick met by Foster. Bishop does well, finds Biggins. Biggins plays a high one, and it comes off Curry, and Potts smashes it away. Bishop does well and tries to bring in but O'Connell, but again the wind gets hold of it. Curry though. Gridlett fouled by Butler. Free kick to Barnsley. And the referee wants a word with Peter Butler, saying that's two you've done, my son, any more and you'll be in the book. And it'll be Fleming to take the free kick. Chips it in, and Taggart gets the header, and Potts knocks the ball away, takes a knock in the process. And the referee, I think, is giving a free kick against Andy Rammell. Wayne Biggins says something out of turn. And now David Curry said something. The referee having a word with both of them. I think Barnsley just expected a corner being given, as Taggart won the header, headed it down, and Rammell slid in to try and get the ball. Potts got it away, and the referee gives a free kick. McCloskey trying to say that he was fouled, but McCloskey didn't seem to get to the ball. But it's a free kick after all that to West Ham. McCloskey's kick met by Fleming. The ball cannons off Robson. Bishop smashes the ball forward. And Barnsley get the ball away, but it'll come straight back as McCloskey's on it again. But Archdeacon Trying to find Curry. And again the referee's whistle goes when really nothing seemed to happen. And again the decision's gone to the Hammers. Curry there just seemed to be challenging for the ball, and the free kick given. Potts sends it forward, breaks into the box by Holmes and smashed clear. And West Ham now trying to get forward. Must say they've been a little bit disappointing. They say they've been playing with the wind. Well over midway through the half, and Lee Butler hasn't really had a shot to save. It's Curry who hammers it clear. And the free kick goes to Barnsley. Gridlett wanted to take it quickly, the referee saying get back. And Curry trying to get forward, but Foster smashes the ball downfield. And Butler will have to play this as Morley comes in, and so that'll be another free kick. To West Ham. Brown, Keane, back to Brown. Ball takes a cannon, and Redfern gets it forward to Biggins. Biggins shrugged off the ball, and Keane again gets it forward. Fleming gets the ball clear, and Bishop cannons it off Allen. Throw into Barnsley. Did that go in? The linesman said yes, so Breaker will now take it. He finds Morley. Back to Allen, and it's chipped down. Keane's on the run. Fleming gets it away. And Rammell as well, but ball breaks to Foster. Butler tries to pick out Holmes. He turns inside, does well, goes past two men, cannons in the shot, it hits Gary Fleming, and that is the first corner of the game. It comes to West Ham 25 minutes into it, and the West Ham fans raise the tempo. Kevin Keane to take it to the near post. It's headed back to Keane though. Cross comes in again, a long way across. And it's Foster dinking it forward and out for a goal kick, but that went a long way across the Barnsley goal. Butler's kick met by Allen. Keane gets it forward. Barnsley getting it away bit by bit, and the ball planted in again, and Lee Butler takes. And I think West Ham will be very disappointed with this half so far. Nearing the half-hour mark, and Lee Butler still to be tested. And Gridlett gets the head on, but now there's a chance. Keane in a lot of space down this left-hand side. Usually very good on the crosses. Deep one coming in. Headed clear. And another corner for West Ham as they begin just to put Barnsley under more pressure. It's Robson who's gone across to take it. In swinger. Hits the post! And now Allen with a good chance, 8 yards out. And he's put it over the top. Butler's kick. A little longer this time. And Butler goes in with the feet. Peter Butler and the referee, Mr. Trussell. Patience runs out. He'd already told him about 10 minutes before that he'd been warned twice. This time he nearly took Neil Redfern's head off, and Mr. Trussell says, "That's enough. You're going in the book, my son." Not for that one challenge. It's for the number of illegal challenges that have built up during the half. Seems a long talk. And then the yellow card's shown. So it'll be a free kick to Barnsley when we're ready. Charlie Bishop to take it. Jerry Taggart's gone forward. And Bishop's kick. And it's aimed for Taggart. Biggins gets a good header and McCluskey saves, but Rammell, Andy Rammell scores. Jerry Taggart got the knock on. Wayne Biggins got a fine header in. McCluskey made a tremendous save, but Andy Rammell threw himself full length, got the header in, and Barnsley, against the elements, go 1-0 up. And it's the Barnsley fans who are celebrating. The West Ham fans go a little silent. Play back in motion. Well, saying that Barnsley should keep it tight and try to take the game in the second half. But it is they, the men in red, who have gone 1-0 up. And it's a throw-in, Bishop to take. Butler gets it away, but Archdeacon gets it back down the line. Biggins trying to work it, but Breaker gets in. Breaker again wins the ball. But it was interesting that the three touches in the box, apart from McCluskey's save, all came from Barnsley players, and Colin Foster wasn't to be seen as Jerry Taggart won that first challenge for the goal. But it's West Ham trying to get back in. There's some more urgency in the play, but this time Holmes trips Archdeacon, and it'll be another free kick to Barnsley in the centre circle. Fleming to take. Taggart up again. And the ball breaks. But this time the referee says Jerry Taggart's fouling. Puts his arm round the referee as if to say, "What's that all about, ref?" But the referee, Mr. Trussell, says it's a free kick to West Ham. Pressure relieved. And McCluskey's kick this time isn't such a good one. Barnsley harrying in midfield. And it's Redfern leaving it for Biggins. Biggins sprays it wide looking for Curry. Ball breaks and Keane pushes Gridlett. Gridlett got to the ball first. Keane trying to get his innocence and has a long word. He wanted to talk to the referee. Now the referee says, "Well, I'll speak to you, my son." In the end, all that, it's a free kick to Barnsley. Archdeacon and Redfern, the two usual playmakers from free kicks, decide Owen Archdeacon's turn to take. Taggart calling for the ball. The referee making sure that West Ham get back. He's saying, and Taggart! Well, Jerry Taggart had a lot of time there. Half the West Ham team played offside, half didn't. And Jerry Taggart stabbed the ball wide, and he really had a lot of time, should have done better, and Barnsley should have been 2 up. Ball in midfield now, and the tails are up for the men in red. West Ham coming under increasing pressure, and Taggart hacks it clear, but the wind again holds the ball up, and Breaker goes forward but runs it into touch, and it'll be a throw-in for Barnsley. And this much vaunted West Ham side have been very disappointing in this first half. Apart from the ball when it hit the foot of the post from the corner and then Allen shot over, they've not really produced anything. And it's Biggins trying to bring it away. Fires it wide, but there's only Brown to pick it up. And it's Keane. Plays it in. And the wind, though, takes it over Mark Robson. And Charlie Bishop, first touch let him down a little bit there, and he wins the throw-in. And Rammell gets the header on. Foster clips it back in. Fleming gets it away. Throw into West Ham. Only 7 or 8 minutes left of the half. 1 or 2 injuries, so there'll be a bit of injury time. And Breaker to take the throw in. Down the line, and Taggart again shoving Morley. Free kick to West Ham. In a position of danger. Good position for West Ham to attack, to try and get back into this game. Holmes has gone across to take it. Matt Holmes, although he calls Mark Robson to him as an option. And clips the ball in. But what a poor ball. The wind got a hold of it, it must be said. But it's poor delivery, poor ball in. And Barnsley, through the big figure of Lee Butler, are in possession again. And again, it's not a good kick, but Bishop does well to get a flick on, so that although it goes out for a throw to West Ham, the immediate danger is cleared. And again, Bishop strong. The Barnsley central 3 at the back have had very good competitive games to date. And Rammell gets the ball into the air. Hacked clear. Foster wins it. O'Connell, Biggins, but Foster will win that. He beats Archdeacon. Colin Foster goes forward. Butler finds Holmes. And Fleming again comes away. Curry tries to bring Rammell. I think that just was a hack clearance. And West Ham bring it again through Foster to Allen. Breaker. But Robson's pass is a poor one. And Rammell hammers it clear. McCloskey kicks long again. And Butler keeps it in, nearly slides out of the area with the ball. Very alert to keep that in as his legs went from underneath him. Did well to keep that in the area. But the kick's a poor one. Wind on it again. And Fleming this time gets it clear. Another throw into West Ham. And ball played wide, but it's Fleming again who reads the situation, and he pushes forward deep into the West Ham half, goes past the man, gets the cross in. Referee gives a corner. Linesman signals that the ball had already crossed the line. Goal kick, but good work again by Gary Fleming. Ball with Bishop, but Foster again wins it. Bishop gets it clear. Biggins tries to get a foot on it, but it goes back to Foster. Long ball looking for Keane. But Butler read the situation. Goal kick to Barnsley. Archdeacon's head on. Foster gets it clear. Ridlett up. Biggins to O'Connell and wide to Curry. Fullback shepherding him in. He tries to bring in O'Connell, but Potts is there. Throw into Barnsley. Curry not seen much of the ball today. And Biggins hooks the ball over. O'Connell tries to reach it, gets the header on, but couldn't do anything with it. And the ball shoots across for a throw-in. Breaker to take. Biggins though. And he wins the corner. Barnsley's first. 43 minutes gone. Barnsley win the first corner. It will be Redfern to take. Change of balls. Redfern ready. Signals go in. Clipped in. And Biggins in acres of room. Tag Rammell. And Rammell gets the second. And where was the West Ham defence? They melted away from firstly Wayne Biggins. Clear header on goal. He headed it down. It didn't seem to be going anywhere, but Andy Rammell, in like a flash, redirected it into the corner. And Barnsley, unbelievably against all the elements, go 2 up before half-time. And well, West Ham have got a lot of work to do to come back into this game. 43 minutes on the clock. Andy Rammell's 6th goal of the season puts Barnsley 2-0 up. Archdeacon leaving the throw-in to Bishop, and he leaves it to Archdeacon, and well, you're playing with fire, and Archdeacon is going in to the referee's notebook for time wasting. Gary Fleming going across to have a word, but I don't think he's going to change Mr. Trussell's mind. But that's a mere drop in the ocean by the side of the score, which read Barnsley 2, West Ham 0. 44 minutes gone on the clock, and Barnsley, through 2 Andy Rammell strikes, lead here by 2-0. Play goes on. Redfern to Curry. Curry coming across, gets the shot in, and Potts just gets it clear. Archdeacon gets it back in. Breaker away. Robson. And Redfern's challenge is a good one. Thrown down. Morley. Clipped in. Won by Taggart. Archdeacon slices his clearance, but the ball stays in play, and Rammell gets it down the line. Worked hard in the first half, Andy Rammell. And 2 poachers goals in the 6-yard box. Gives him his first ever FA Cup goals. And Barnsley lead by 2-0. And it's Good challenge by Fleming, caught late by Morley, but play goes on. Fleming in again, Fleming in a heap in the centre circle as Barnsley try and get it away. And it's Butler again who's challenging. 2 West Ham men. Surround the referee, who now decides to have a word with Trevor Morley. If he thought that was a foul, then he should have given it. In the end, Gary Fleming is okay, fit to resume. Long period of treatment that for the Barnsley sweeper. It'll be a Barnsley free kick in the end. And we're in injury time. There's been quite a bit of it. Bishop takes the kick, won by Biggins to Curry, down looking for O'Connell, but just beats him into touch. Brown, won by Taggart. Foster fires it forward. King gets a good knock onto Morley, and Holmes is in sharply, but Butler even more sharply. And the pressure relieved. And the fans on the Kop have gone very, very quiet indeed. Long trip to see your side 2-0 down before half-time. And Barnsley, I think, content to see this half out now, thinking probably the job's done. 2 up against the wind. And there goes the half-time whistle. Mr. Trussell brings an end to the half. Andy Rammell with goals in the 32nd and 43rd minutes have given the half-time score here at Oakwell of Barnsley 2, West Ham 0. West Ham have made a change. Alex Bunbury coming on for Mark Robson as the second half goes underway. And it'll be interesting to see how they line up then in this second half. One imagines that Mel Machin will be saying shoot on sight to the Reds, anywhere from 25 yards out. With this wind, one would like to see Barnsley pushing on to get this victory. And Morley twice fouling Taggart there. So it's a free kick to Barnsley. It's been a real battle of that, Trevor Morley and Jerry Taggart. Gary Fleming seems to have recovered from his knock in the first half. And Butler sends a long one forward. It's into the box and Rammell trying to get on the end of it. Potts does well. And it's hacked clear of Barnsley. Very nearly in, and Andy Rammell very nearly in for his hat-trick. Phil Gridlett to Curry, comes off Curry. Throw in to West Ham, Brown to take. Bunbury, challenged by Bishop, throw in to Barnsley, Gridlett to take. Down the line for Curry. Back to Gridlett. Cross comes in. And it's West Ham who bring it up clear. Gridlett loses out and Bunbury trying to get through the middle. Ball played down the line, but out for a throw-in. Barnsley will either be wanting to keep this tight, don't want to let West Ham back into the game. Ball down there, and Redfern fouling. West Ham try to take it quickly from about 10 yards forward from where the offence took place, and so the referee brings them back. Skipper Steve Potts, probably one of the smallest centre halves in the Football League, plants it forward. The ball breaks. Biggins And that should be a foul to Barnsley. Butler again, the offender. He'll have to be very careful. Peter Butler. He was booked for, I think the term is, continuation of free kicks offences. And since the booking, he's done 2 or 3 free kicks away. But it's Barnsley who win the ball. O'Connell does well to Redfern. Redfern shoots from a fully 30 yards. Didn't get over of it, the ball went wide, but you can see what the tactic is. Get side of goal and hit it and see what the wind will do. McCluskey, who was hitting Butler with the goal kicks in the first half, this half didn't hit the halfway line. Again Redfern has the shot, it deflects into the air. The ball breaks to Brown. And Gridlett judged to be fouling. But twice in the space of a minute there, Neil Redfern tried his luck from 30 yards. Neither really got through at all, and West Ham survived. And now it's Holmes. But that, I thought, wasn't a good cross, but it actually took a deflection off Gridlett. And so it will be a corner to West Ham. The third of the game. And Keane swings it in, won by Biggins. It comes off Foster and cleared away. Potts will plant it back in. Play on as the referee, and there's a chance, Butler, and a chance again, but the referee's whistle has gone for handball. So that save by Lee Butler from Kevin Keane was to no avail. And West Ham seems to have changed it this half, with Kevin Keane coming over to the right to try his luck against Owen Archdeacon. And Alex Bunbury has joined Trevor Morley up front, playing a more orthodox 4-3-3 formation, as which they've got to do, being 2-0 down at half-time. Curry and Redfern into play, but Holmes gets it clear. Cleared by Fleming as the sleet again comes across Oakwell. It's been on and off all game. Luckily, it's been more off than on, and the players haven't had to deal with it lashing into their faces for very long. Brown kicks, Morley gets it down. Allen. And the ball's out for a throw-in to West Ham. More urgency in their play, must be said. And it's Morley to Ohms to Morley. Taggart again in attendance. Allen to Holmes to Butler, and it's Fleming who comes away with it. The break is on. Fleming's gone the wrong way, really. Rammell was the man to find, and now there could be danger as Barnsley were caught with a lot of men forward. Ball played wide for Keane. He fires it through the middle. Foster just couldn't take it down, and Fleming smashes it away, having got back. But West Ham come again. Holmes to Brown. Allen lining up the shot. Takes a deflection, comes to Foster, who's stayed up there. Breaker chips the ball into the far post. In comes Morley. There's an appeal for a penalty, and it's given. Penalty to West Ham. It looked like Phil Gridlett on the far post, bundled over Trevor Morley. And so this is the opportunity for West Ham to get back into the game. Barnsley never really recovered from being caught with too many men at field. And so Lee Butler, one of the heroes from the penalty shootout on Wednesday night, has a chance here with Trevor Morley, who's got up from being fouled to take it. And he makes no mistake. West Ham are back in the game. We've got a game here now at Oakwell. Barnsley 2, West Ham 1. And for once, it's the West Ham fans on the Cup who are going delirious. Now we will see what both sides are made of. And it's amazing that the 3 goals have all come to the side playing at that time against the elements. So Barnsley now with Archdeacon. Thrown into Biggins. Redfern trying to get through. Still on the ball. Keane gets it away. Bunbury. Foster tries to bring in Holmes. Gridlett content to give away the throw in, and West Ham buzzing now. Morley. Foster. But Rammell's away. Down the left. He did well there, Andy Rammell. Just lost his way a little. Goes down under the challenge of Potts. Goal kick. Foster as the crescendo of noise comes up, and it's down the line. Banbury and Bishop, and Archdeacon gives away the throw in, but the nagging now at the back of the mind is we're not going to give 2 goals away like they did at Leicester in the 3rd round. 2-0 up, the game ended 2-2. But it's a throw in to West Ham as they come again. Cleared away. And it's Foster chipping it back in. Morley gets it down. Hammered clear by Fleming. Ball breaks and Rammell fires it clear, really. Didn't really try to find a man just to try and clear his lines. But West Ham coming back, they've stepped up a gear, and Potts tries to pick out Bunbury, but it's cleared away. Allen just heads it in the air and fouls O'Connell. O'Connell deemed to have been handling the ball. It looked like Allen just pushed into him. And he's got the ball again. Brings in Brown. And another free kick given. This time against Redfern. West Ham certainly getting forward. Foster's gone forward again. Barnsley giving free kicks away. Mr. Trussell. And it's Allen. Fires in, low shot, well saved by Butler, and he gets down to reclaim it with Trevor Morley closing in. Martin Allen's shot, low skidder, and in these conditions they aren't easy to take, although the Barnsley pitch is in excellent condition. Rammell wins that. But again it's West Ham now, charged up with this goal. Brown. Gridlett's in hard. O'Connell though wins it to Biggins. His cross looking for Rammell. And a challenge between Rammell and McCloskey. Nothing given. In fact, a foul by Rammell on McCloskey. And in fact, Andy Rammell becomes the 3rd player to go into the referee's card, and it must be said that was for nothing really other than a challenge for the ball. McCloskey and Rammell challenge, probably bucking him for having his foot too high. And while this happens, Barnsley make a substitution, and it's Wayne Biggins who's going off. Barnsley's leading goal scorer, not been firing on full cylinders over the last few weeks due to a nagging injury, and John Pearson comes back into the fray. The referee immediately has a word with Pearson. A little bit fussy, the referee. Rammell gets it forward to Pearson. Challenge comes in by Butler, cleared away. And Fleming shrugged off it by Morley. Gridlett's in very solidly. And now Curry on the charge. Seemed to be held by Butler, but play goes on. And Butler comes away with it. But Redfern does well. And tries to bring in Rammell, just overhit. The wind took it away. Quickly taken, but Archdeacon, will he keep it in? No. Well, that would have been interesting. The referee, linesman's flag went up for out. What would the referee have done if that had stayed in? McCloskey deliberately handling the ball, and he wasn't to know that the ball had gone out. But it's all insignificant as West Ham go forward again through Bunbury. Strong challenge by Bishop. Clears. It's really come up a gear, the match. There's challengers flying in all over the park. And it's Archdeacon. And this time the referee's whistle goes and it's a free kick for Barnsley. Breaker's challenge on Rammell. And Archdeacon plants it forward. Won by Foster. Corner given. Strong appeals for a penalty. Not given. Redfern goes across. Barnsley, only Barnsley's second, but from the first corner they scored. Redfern won by Taggart over the bar. And so it's a throw into Barnsley. Been playing 15 minutes of this second half. And still Barnsley lead 2-1. Bunbury. But challenging by Gridlett. And O'Connell gets it forward. Pearson to O'Connell. Came back inside. Ball out on the left, and it's Curry. Trying to take on Brown. Cross comes in. O'Connell, good save by McCloskey. Couldn't have seen that while late. O'Connell diverting Curry's cross, but he could only divert it into McCloskey's arms. Fleming gets the header up into the air. And another free kick to West Ham. Allen plants it forward. Taggart gets it away. And Breaker, this time fouling Rammell. Free kick to Barnsley. In fact, a throw-in given. And again, they clash. And Rammell sprays a good ball wide to Curry, who beats Brown. Doubling up back on him. Gridlett goes forward and Curry finds him comfortably. Cross comes in, too near the keeper. Quickly thrown out by McCloskey. Finds Keane. But cleared away by Bishop. Ball with Bunbury to Allen, and Bunbury again. Challenge, but O'Connell loses out to Bunbury, who's certainly putting himself about. And this time Archdeacon gets the foot in, but a corner to West Ham. The pressure beginning to be applied. The goal by Trevor Morley, the penalty strike, has put them, given them fresh hope. Only 2-1 down now. And Keane's cross is met very well, but play goes on, but that isn't a good ball by Brown, and it's a throw into Barnsley. Rammell turns well, finds Curry. Redfern went and then stopped, and Curry couldn't find him. In the end, it's Potts to Brown. Potts. Brown making the run. Turns inside. Bishop, cross comes in. Not a good one. Lee Butler picks the ball up. Butler's kick finds Pearson. Control's not of his best, but he does well to get the ball out to Curry. But Curry shows too much of it, as sometimes he does. And West Ham come away again. Butler, foul by Bishop. And Bishop going into the book. Charlie Bishop for that challenge on Peter Butler. Four bookings now, 3 for Barnsley and 1 for West Ham in what has been a fierce contest, but not really a dirty one. And some of the challenges which have gone into the book have been rather, shall we say, not bookable in our eyes. Kick taken, Foster's up again, but Pearson beats him. Ball still in play. It's with Breaker, dinks it in, comes to Foster, breaks to Allen, and he shot well wide. In fact, I think a free kick's being given the edge of the box.
Oh, push up with John Pearson!
Long kick. And Rammell, will he get there first? No, McCloskey does well. Throw in, taken back quickly, and Rammell was control, letting him down for once. Goal kick to West Ham. Noticeable that Colin Foster's getting forward a lot more. Rammell wins it. Breaker down the line. Ball still, it's planted forward there, and Butler's out quickly to collect. Long ball by Butler, won by Pearson, but there's nobody within. Kicked clear. Bunbury wins it. Hacked clear by Fleming. Foster and Pearson challenge. Breaks to Potts. Hooked into the air again. And this time Bunbury bundling in to Gary Fleming. It's a free kick to Barnsley. Bishop to take. Plants a long one forward. Curry gets it down. Taggart. Well, it was an opening, but Jerry Taggart scuffed the ball and it goes wide, but Curry did well. He got it down to Taggart on the edge of the box, and Taggart's shot isn't a good one. Kick taken. Headed on by Butler. Keane, Butler. And that was a nasty one. Now what's the referee going to do? Butler's already been booked, and some of the offences that have got up before have been very trivial in significance to that. And the referee doesn't look like he's going to do anything. In fact, he allows him to go off. And really, he's a very, very lucky boy there. Kick taken straight through to McCloskey. After what has gone off before, some of the bookings, that was a nasty challenge on Taggart. And throw-in taken, Bunbury. Butler to Foster, to Potts, back to Foster. Again Barnsley backpedal away. Archdeacon though gets it clear to Rammell and is obstructed by Breaker. And Breaker goes into the book. Now that really does sum it up. Breaker booked, alright, he was obstructing, but Butler's challenge on Taggart, there was no comparison. One only can think that because he'd been booked, the referee let him off, and because Breaker hadn't, the referee punishes him. If one deserved a booking, the other did, and if one didn't, then the other didn't. But it's a free kick to Barnsley when play gets back in the way. It's Archdeacon lining it up, still 2-1 up, and his kick in will find Curry, gets it down, shoots, saved by McCloskey. Redfern scores! 3-1 to Barnsley. Neil Redfern restores the 2-goal lead. And what's happening now? O'Connell's going into the book. One doesn't know what that's for. One can only surmise he was inciting the crowd. But O'Connell's name goes into the book. But Barnsley's joy is unparalleled. It's Barnsley 3, West Ham 1. Neil Redfern's 5th of the season. And surely that's put the game beyond West Ham. And it's Butler, Bunbury, Allen gets the ball back, chips it forward, Bunbury brings it down, Brown, Barnsley, shot comes in, another shot, brilliant save, kicked onto the bar and over. Tremendous shot, a brilliant save by Lee Butler. Corner to West Ham. And really, that could have been 3-2. As it is, it's still 3-1, but the pressure's still on. Corner comes in. The ball's in the 6-yard box. Hacked clear by Fleming, still not away. Cross comes in again. Bit of pushing by Morley. And Phil Gridlett grabs him by the shirt and says, "My friend, don't do that again." And Barnsley win the free kick and the pressure relieved. It was imperative really there for West Ham to get back into the game quickly, having gone 3-1 down. And that save by West Ham, by Lee Butler, just thwarts him. And so Barnsley still lead by that. 2-goal cushion. And it's Fleming who gets the ball away. Foster. But Archdeacon gets it forward. Won by Breaker. But it's a throw into Barnsley. And Redfern takes it to Rammell. Cross comes in, but it's straight to McCloskey. Long ball. Bunbury tries to find Morley. It's knocked back to Butler, who has to be quick. But challenged by O'Connell. Bunbury. Fleming does well. Superb defensive display by Gary Fleming today. And O'Connell finds Curry. Slows the ball down to Gridlett. Long ball in, not a good one. Archdeacon screws his head wide, and that's a throw in to West Ham, who've got it all to do now, 3-1 down. And again Morley falls at the feet of Taggart, and again it's a free kick to Barnsley, and Morley swung a hand again at Archdeacon, and it's Morley and Taggart who are pulled out. The referee having another long chat with them. The referee had stopped his watch again. Play goes on. And headed clear. Still bouncing at the edge of the real fierce challenge, but it breaks to Redfern, but he's overrun it, and Keane will bring it forward. Good ball down the line for Bunbury, but Bishop too much for him. A good challenge. Shot comes in. Gridlett gets the foot to it. Shot again. Another block down. And Pearson, but not a good ball. Foster charges forward. Finds Keane. Keane's crossing, met by Fleming again. Sterling job at the heart of this Barnsley defence, Gary Fleming. Still struggling from that nucky-tuck in the first half. But it's another corner. Keane again takes. And a chance to Allen, and twice now. Martin Allen, once in each half, has had the ball at his feet, 8 yards out, and twice he's managed to clear the crossbar by some considerable height. And Barnsley's tenuous 3-1 lead remains. West Ham have put up a good fight since that third goal. It seems to have stung them into more life, really. But the ball with Rammell, chance for a shot, shoots, takes a deflection. Goal! And Rammell scored! His hat-trick! He picked the ball up in no man's land. He looked to shoot, he shows 3 fingers to the crowd. It's his hat-trick. His shot took a deflection, looked wickedly over the top of McCloskey. And that really does put the seal on it. Barnsley 4, West Ham United 1. There's only 13 minutes to go, and one just now cannot see the Hammers coming back into this game. Barnsley 4, West Ham 1, and Andy Rammell, his first hat-trick in senior football at professional level. Free kick to Barnsley. Bishop to take, and the West Ham fans have seen enough. They must have left home very early this morning to be here for the 12 o'clock kick-off. And they think it's all over. They're leaving in their hundreds on the clock. And Barnsley lead by 4 goals to 1. It's a free kick to West Ham. And Allen to take. Lining up the shot, is he? No, he plays it. And the shot comes in from Butler. And Lee Butler in the Barnsley goal just allows it to go wide. It looks like Barnsley's in tonight's draw. 5th round for the first time in 3 seasons. 2 third division KOs at the hands of higher league clubs in the previous 2 years. But now West Ham will look like they're going to join Leicester and be fall guys to Barnsley in this season's cup. As West Ham come again, but it's Fleming again. Play goes on with Archdeacon. But the ball had gone out. And so it's a throw-in which Breaker will take. Throws it in to Morley. Back to Allen. To Potts. Brown's come short. Potts and Bunbury getting in each other's way. Falls to Butler. To Allen. Butler. Foster. Allen again. Strong challenge by Fleming. And although West Ham have had a lot of possession as they have in this last 60 seconds, Lee Butler in the Barnsley goal not having had an excessive amount to do. It's Curry winning the throw-in. One tremendous save from when he tipped it on the bar just after Barnsley's 3rd goal. But apart from that, hasn't had an excessive amount to do. As Barnsley's defence have done the business. Ball out again, throw into Barnsley. And if the procession on the Kop doesn't stop, there'll be nobody on there at the end. And one wonders if a home tie in the 5th round will see the opening of the new stand. And O'Connell breaks forward. Brings in, Rammell brings in Archdeacon, can't control it, still has it Archdeacon, but screws it wide. Good play, good interchange by Barnsley. And Archdeacon tried to get onto the end of it, but just couldn't. Ball still in play. Bunbury. Keane. Morley allows it to run cleverly. Brown breaks into the box. It's Curry who gets it away. Bishop's strong challenge. And Rammell goes past Breaker, but his pass isn't a good one. But it does relieve the pressure. Into the final 10 minutes. And Foster goes charging forward again. But again, strong challenge. Across by Keane. But the game's died from a point of a contest now. I think West Ham know that they've been beaten. And although they're still going forward, I think they are a beaten side and know it. Foster clips it forward again. Gridlett allows it to run. Throw into Barnsley. Ball breaks. Allen. Keane. Back to Allen. Breaker on the overlap. Fires in the shot. And again it's wide. And the excitement is immense amongst the Barnsley fans. And now it's not gone, it's not from what's going to happen in this game. It's now focusing on who are we going to get in the next round. And Rammell battling away well, but ball skids across the field and Brown has it. Back to Potts. Ball played in. Taggart's across. But ball there again. Potts in the Barnsley area, but Fleming clears his lines well and wins the free kick. Doesn't win the free kick, it's a throw in to Barnsley. Gridlett takes. Foster picks the ball up. But not a good clearance. And another throw in to Barnsley. Gridlett takes it. Again Foster picks it up. Hooks it forward. Fleming plants the ball forward. Foster again. O'Connell's in. Gridlett's in. Potts on the ball. Breaker clears his lines, but that's into touch as Morley runs into Taggart again. But Jerry Taggart, I think, feels 4-1 up. He can run into me as many times as he wants. It's a throw in. This time Morley goes down. Taggart has a kick at him this time. And it's a free kick to West Ham. Barnsley fans on a high. What West Ham fans are left in the ground on a low. Ball goes a long way across and comes to Curry, to Gridlett. Fires it forward. O'Connell flicks it on. No Barnsley player up there now. Content with what they've got as Breaker plants it forward. Bunbury dives across, still giving his all. But it runs all the way through to Lee Butler in the Barnsley goal. And Butler's kick met by Potts. Fleming, Rammell. Pearson gets it down. Plays a good ball wide to Curry. Curry thinks he's being fouled. The referee doesn't give anything. Brown comes away with it. Bunbury. Butler. Keane pulls wide and Breaker goes on the overlap. Keane plants it forward. Breaker will not get there. Time running out, well inside the final 5 minutes. And Butler's kick is met by Rammell. Potts goes forward. And the ball allowed to run to Holmes, but Gridlett gets a strong challenge in. Brown to take. Ball bobbling around And it's Redfern who gets it away, but only to Potts. Breaker. Cross comes in. Taggart wins it. Brown shot. Skewed all the way across. Not going to go out. Allen goes forward. Fires in the shot. Butler's down. Not really much danger there. With some smiles. Lee Butler, always a jolly kind of a character. Really enjoying this now. These are the moments in a footballer's career what you've got to enjoy, because there are always one or two bad moments. Pearson gets the header on, looking for Rammell, but Breaker finds Butler, Peter Butler. Ball into touch, Breaker to take. No. Archdeacon goes forward on a foray. But Breaker gets it off him, but it's out into touch, and that's a corner to Barnsley. Redfern's across. Deep one, in fact too deep, and out for a goal kick. McCloskey, not really a chance with any of the goals, although one might say that he probably should have held the third before Redfern's shot came in. But that's a throw into Barnsley. In fact, the referee says not. David Curry can't believe that. Play goes on. Bunbury, Morley, Archdeacon, Bunbury again. Certainly put himself about this second 45 minutes. But they're missing the poaching instincts of Clive Allen. One wonders if he, rather than Martin Allen, would have been in the edge of those two balls 8 yards out, whether it would have put a different complexion on the game. But as it is, you can only play with the 11 that's on the field at any one time, and it's Barnsley till heaven who have really put West Ham to the sword this afternoon. 4-1 it is, deep in injury time now. And Allen again fires in the shot, headed away by Taggart. Butler says, come on Breaker, you get wide. He went wide, and then the cross is a poor one. There's no rush now in the Barnsley ranks. They know they've done enough. They've raised their game twice in 4 days. 120 minutes against Leicester, and then the fury of a penalty shootout. 90 minutes today against West Ham, and Barnsley reached the 5th round of the F.A.Cup. Morley trying to get in behind Taggart, and free kick to Barnsley given for Morley's challenge on Jerry Taggart. After the 4th Barnsley goal, the game's died as one would have expected. Kick now goes straight into touch. The referee has a long look at his watch. Bunbury. O'Connell gets a foot in. Keane though brings in Breaker again. Potts, not a good ball. And Redfern as well to bring in Curry. Are we going to have one last Barnsley attack? Curry fires in the shot. Yes, we are. There were men spare, but it only eyes for the goal. But as the ball's cleared by McCloskey, the referee's whistle goes for full time. What a tremendous Barnsley performance. Barnsley 4, West Ham 1. Hat-trick hero Andy Rammell gets 3 of the goals, with Neil Redfern getting the other. Andy Rammell can afford a smile now. 2 in the first, a third deep into the second half, with Neil Redfern getting 1 for Barnsley. The West Ham consolation coming from the penalty spot by Trevor Morley. But it's Barnsley who go into the 5th round draw. Barnsley 4, West Ham United 1.